think Nana's not feeling well?
Grandmother is fine. It's like somebody talking in their sleep.
What's he doing?
They're weird during the day.
I was just cleaning it.
And even weirder at night?
Mom, there's something wrong with Nana and Papa.
They're just old.
Bear with it for a couple of days.
Not only is this a movie about scary old people, but the other notable thing about this is that this is the return of M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, if you notice, they don't mention his name on this until they absolutely have to.
Yeah, no, I kept forgetting that this was his movie.
Yeah,
they blame him.
Yeah, but the one time they were like, when they were pitching this movie, they said directed by some dude, And when another time they said directed by. But
if they flashed it, like if they actually put it up, it was really quick. Like they put it up and took that.
Directed by. But a lot of people been talking about the movie. It's been getting kind of good word of mouth. So they've been creeping him out. They've been saying, yeah, it's directed by this dude. Yeah. Of course, you know that we are people of our own mind right here. We don't listen to the hype out there. Please.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Shit, we tell them what's up. Shit, the word ain't official until we tell you what's up with the movie. So let's go ahead and talk about the comedy, horror, geriatric film, The Visit. Now, with this, you have two kids, Beck and Tyler, played by Olivia DeJonge, or DeJonge, or whatever. I don't know. I ain't heard of before. And Ed Oxenbould. Now, they are, for reasons due to their mother's complicated past, they're seeing their grandparents for the first time. Have never seen them before, and the grandparents have never seen them. And to remember this occasion, and to maybe help their mother with their strained relationship with her own parents, Becca decides to document this trip. However, the more they document this, and the more they document their grandparents, the more weird behavior that they begin to observe. Some of it probably even life-threatening. I mean, sweet old people, what could they be doing to these nice kids right here? And before we even get into the horror of this, I'm going to say that it might not be a big controversy. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to make people boycott this movie. But I guarantee you somebody out there is going to say, you know what, this is very insensitive to victims of dementia. There's going to be people out there saying you're just taking advantage. You are exploiting people who are not in their right minds, people who even have Alzheimer's.
Anybody who says that is somebody who hasn't watched the movie, because that's a big part of this whole thing.
But
that misunderstanding and the fear of it.
Yeah, but some people are just going to say that, you know what, even if it's not really what the movie's about, just the fact that you portray old people just acting crazy. Like in this scene right here where Becca thinks her grandmother's watching TV. She just sitting up there rocking, laughing at a wall.
I need some everyday footage of our grandparents, so I've decided to spend Thursday afternoon following them around. You hear that? She's laughing and she's watching TV. Maybe Mom and I watch the same shows.
Listen to Yoda music and shit.
Soundtrack from Mars Attack.
Yahoo!
Yeah.
Nana, you okay?
Bitch.
Good afternoon.
You disturbing my show right now.
Nana trying to watch your stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Good afternoon.
I heard you laughing.
I have the deep, darkies.
And get your fucking hand off me. But look, and Tommy, we talk about this. Now, Martin may not want to admit to this because he wants to be all kind and everything, but I've had that case where an old person just grabbed my hand and said some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I had plenty of aunts that worked in nursing homes, and, you know, you had to go see them, and you had to go through that long hallway.
Yeah,
they were scattered around, and
they grab and they
clutch your ass in a minute.
Yeah, and they grab your hand or something and say, "What's that white man doing in the refrigerator?" You know?
Now, I don't have that fear of old people until I go to a nursing home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We actually did have that. I mean, look, it's dementia. It's cool. Yeah. Old people gonna say weird shit, and you know what? You just be respectful. You say
yes, ma'am.
You just yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You just ride that shit out.
Yeah.
For one, you want to be nice, and for another thing, you don't want to do nothing to set them off.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't know what they're capable of.
You don't know what they're doing. We actually did have that. My mom was the kind of woman who took care of old people.
Yeah.
And we did. That actually happened. We went to an old woman's house, and she came out and told us, she said, "A white man came out of my refrigerator." And I remember I kind of laughed. My mother nudged the fuck out of me. so you know, yeah, fuck.
You go down.
Wouldn't it be funny if a white man really did come out of the refrigerator and said, "No one will believe you,"
And that white man was Bill Murray.
but eating no fish sticks and shit.
Yeah.
But no, that's what old people do, man. You know, you ride that shit out of respect.
Right.
Now, that's the thing about the movie is that what I like about it is that it's one of those films where you remember movies back like in the 80s, even some today, and they did this ever since the 50s, where the teenagers and the kids, they would see something horrifying or something that was dangerous for society, and nobody would believe them. Because they're kids.
Right.
Oh, you kids in your imagination. Oh, this is a prank. I don't believe this shit.
Like most of the movies of the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, and that's what made it cool because kids always feel like I'm misunderstood, and and that's what that's kind of what happens here, except that they kind of twist it around just a little bit, and I think that this is a cool take on that because not only is it you just dumb kids, that's all, but every time these old people start fucking up and start acting crazy, that's the excuse people use.
Right.
They just old.
Yeah.
Nana and Pop-Up are acting strange. Ow.
Kind of strange. Becca, did you hit Tyler?
No.
Kids?
Pop-Up wears diapers and he keeps them in an outhouse, and Nana walks around at night without her clothes, and Pop-Up thinks strangers are following him.
I knew we were going to have this call. You're old.
You know, just like,
I love it. Like all this shit that's really strange. It's like, oh, they're old. Oh, well then never mind.
Yeah.
It all just goes into that box. It's the old box.
It's the old, yeah. Grandma ate a rat shit on the floor. Oh, she's old.
She's like a superpower, isn't it?
Oh, they just old. You know, she just want to get back to her vacation. Shit.
Martin, in about 10, 20 years, if you want to be Batman, you can because if you get caught, you won't get in trouble. Like, oh, it's so cute, this old man.
Yeah, Ma, you could put on a Batman cape, run around town with your dick hanging out, and people just be like, yo.
So what about happens when I do it now?
You there yet, bro?
Yeah, no. I mean, we already give you those shirts, man.
Man, I've got nothing but compliments on this shirt. People have like pulled over their cars just to say like, "Hey, brother, nice shirt."
You know what they say when they drive off? He old. And that's Catherine Hahn as the mom. I gotta tell you something, Catherine Hahn, and I know I always do this, but man, she's never looked as attractive as she has in this movie right here, man.
Well, she's looked more attractive in other movies, but she's still attractive in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. She's playing a single mom too and everything, and she doesn't have a big role in the movie, so they really are using her just for a name. I mean, she's a talented woman, a big star, so I don't know if you, just telling you, weirdest shit has been said, but if you're a Catherine Hahn fan, or what's that her name?
Yeah.
If you're a big fan of her, she ain't in the movie that much.
Is she only on webcam?
No, she's
not only,
and she's a good bookend for the movie.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you about that in a little bit.
She has an important role.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that talking about that old shit.
Yeah.
That shit only goes so far. You know, they old, but what the fuck is going on over there, baby? Come on now, babe. Come on now. Yeah, I know. Come on now. Come on.
But she can stay up there.
I know it's my birthday.
There's a show going on.
I know. And if I say something, she don't give me no sex tonight. So you know.
You know you want that birthday sex.
I know. Right now she's saying, "No, you don't get it because you old." But that old shit can only go so far.
Right.
Because you know when grandma get up spry and energetic in the middle of the night and start running and crawling through the house like she's a wild animal, that ain't old no more. That's just fucking weird.
Wait. If you're gonna open the door, just open it for a little bit.
I just gotta say, this motherfucker went through the movie thinking he was hard Ed, what's his name?
Oxblood.
Oxblood, whatever. This kid going through the whole movie talking about Oxbow. Yeah, he going through the whole movie talking about bitches and hoes and rapping and acting like a wigger. And look at these pajamas he got on. Motherfucker wearing his
snowflakes.
Yeah, and they got footies on them and shit. Oh. Got that flap in the back so he can take a shit in the middle of the night. Shit.
Well, all right then.
I like the way she ran through the house twice to show, like, look, I'm telling you, I'm crazy. And she's like, well, shit, if I ain't crazy enough, me get on this floor and crawl towards this door. He slammed that
Let me
shit
show you my
quick.
Spider-Man impression.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, call me insensitive if you want to, but that's every nightmare I've had about being locked in an old folks' home.
Yeah.
Being locked at night and old people just start rising up and crawling all over the place and shit.
Eyes turn black.
Yeah. For those who are listening, I know there's a lot of, like, a little bit of a dead space in there, but they were in the room. They kept hearing scratches outside, so they've been hearing this for several nights, and they've been saying, hey, you know what, best that you don't open the door after 9:30. And they were just like, no, wait a minute, fuck this. You know, it's like, this is the third night this happened. They open the door, and they see grandma running through like a wild antelope and shit, and some nights they open the door, and they just see her butt naked scratching on the wall. But hey, she old, right?
or just walking and vomiting as she walks.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing about the film, man, is that there's always this feeling of this air of creepiness that just gets, for me, that just gets thicker and thicker as it goes along. When grandma, now they ain't a lesbian couple. Wishful thinking on my part.
Lily Tomlin?
No, yeah. Hey, man, you know, legal marriage and all that kind of shit. But when grandma and grandpa step on the scene, immediately things just go wrong. I mean, you could tell they're not right from the very beginning. And things just start to happen. See, people, you're thinking like all this is maybe like something supernatural, or maybe, you know, there's something there to show you that they're in a haunted house. But no, it's they're possessed. But they just do weird shit, and it pretty much starts to build to the point where it's just dread. It's like it gets to a point when these kids get around these old motherfuckers, you just say, step back, get the fuck out, because now we're at the point where they're not just weird anymore. Like, if you get too close, they do dangerous shit.
Could you clean the oven for me, Becca?
That's a great look. Right?
Get all the way inside?
I'm like,
No.
Becca,
She's done it before.
we really should film something outside.
Do this first.
I'll be quick.
Oh, this'll just take a second.
Grandma tried to cook me. Oh, she just old.
They all do that at some point.
At some point. Shit. Grandma locked me in the fucking oven when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It ain't no big deal. But this right here.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. This is, I gotta tell you, it's one of the weirdest movies I've seen in a long time. Now, maybe it's just my oldophobia or whatever. I don't know.
That's what I was hoping for. Because looking at the trailer, the hope was that this shit would just go completely crazy the more it went on. But I mean, the person like M. Night Shyamalan's totally in on it. He knows, it's just getting crazy and crazy. And
well, for me now, I can't speak for Martin. I'll let Martin talk on this. For me, that was the great thing about it. Now, I'll tell you, the movie doesn't work completely because it's a hard comedy. And
it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not straight out comedy.
It's subtle comedy.
It's subtle.
Okay.
There's things you laugh at just because it's kind of absurd.
Oh, okay.
And it's creepy. Like when something like kind of nervous laughter through it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I don't know that I would label it horror comedy. Because anybody coming in, when I think of horror comedies, this doesn't really match.
I know you're probably thinking of something like Evil Dead 2.
Zombie
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Zombieland.
Is M. Night trying to be like Sam Raimi or something?
No. And you know what? I guess you got to be careful how you say it because I do see it that way. But Martin, you go ahead, please.
Actually, okay. So I guess like I totally saw this movie in thirds, and the setup for it, I was like, okay, I like this. And the whole thing, like, yeah, it's that ageophobia that makes people not have the conversations they should have. And it's M. Night Shyamalan, so there is a twist. And it's a twist where I like the twist. I was just kind of like when this reveal came, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you know, it's an old shit just kind of like, well, Why the fuck didn't I figure that out?
I even like where it was, the fact that what happened in the beginning ties in to the surprise and the ending. And I was like, you know what? At its heart, it was actually a deeper movie than what it seemed like on the surface. What I didn't like was the second act at all. The second act, you're building the weirdness and the creepiness of the grandparents.
Yeah.
And for the first act, it's right in that realm of okay, well, they're old. But by the second act, they're doing shit where it's like, man, anybody, there's a point where you don't just go where they're old, where you go Mom, there's something wrong with your parents, and you need to get up here. And they weren't.
She did.
and they weren't having those reactions. There was just shit where it's I ain't staying here. Nobody be like, this is okay. It's we gotta alert the authorities.
Right. 911 at any point.
But it was, but the thing is, it was it kind of lost momentum because it was just kind of spinning its wheels, doing instead of going up, it's we got to that second act, it kind of leveled off.
Martin, they were kids. Kids don't know what kids. When you were a kid, I will speak for the kids. I know I talked about you motherfuckers bad. And that's what I call you. I'll call you little dumb motherfuckers all the time, and I apologize because I have to apologize for that because now I see how it is to be a kid. Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's weird to the point. Yeah, get the fuck out of there. Right. But when you a kid, you don't know what to do. It's still thinking man, if I run, I'm gonna get punished. My mama gonna whoop me or something.
No, you're absolutely right about that. But the kids weren't even panicking. And that's what was bothering me, because I was like, okay, I get it. Maybe they don't know what to do, but they aren't really panicked. They're just kind of all right, they're acting. They're old people.
You know why I thought that was cool? Because they were good kids. Even through all this craziness, they were still being respectful. They said, you know what? I haven't seen my grandmother, my grandfather before. I mean, the shit is getting kind of crazy. Yeah, she tried to cut me with a knife, but you know what? I'm gonna be a good granddaughter.
It's completely ignorant that they're well, I guess old just covers all of this.
It's all grandparents do.
Where it's man, if you care about another human being, you somebody needs to know that this is happening.
Okay. Also, in the movie, Catherine Hahn, I told you, she's on vacation, man,
with a new boyfriend.
With her new boyfriend, she been tripping the whole time. She been crying and whining. These kids are just I'm tired of hearing this shit. And if she's happy, let grandma and grandpa run to the house fucking naked and try to kill us. As long as mom's happy.
And I get that. I get that how they're look, let mom have her vacation. But had they been actually panicky, it would have made more sense. Yeah. But yeah, the third act, you get the reveal and shit goes down, and I was just holy fuck! I totally changed my mind about this movie. I'm way back on board now.
Shit, Mark's that's gonna be me in 2 years.
but the thing is, with the third act where it comes all this stuff, it felt rushed. I was like, damn it! I wish they could have really taken their time.
Well,
with so much of all the big things that get dropped to you in the third act. I was like, man, don't just pile drive through this. This is a time to really explore this. There was a better movie than what we got here, but I don't know if it's just because it's a Blumhouse production, and Blumhouse is all about make it cheap, make it fast, let's get a teenager and get the fuck out of there.
Get the fuck out of there. Yeah. And you know what? He's right. It's not a great movie at all. And when I say and I do kind of see it as a comedy. I mean, when you say hard comedy, you're putting a label in somebody's head where they're expecting, somebody to chop off their hand, put a chainsaw on, and kill some zombies and shit. And this is not that. It's light comedy because it mostly comes through the kids. I mean, these kids are funny, man. They are literally just being dumb kids in this, and it turns into somewhat of an adventure film too. And it's funny, this kid right here, Ed Oxenbow, and if you don't recognize him, he's the Alexander in a really fucked up motherfucking horrible day,
and he's grown up to be a better looking kid, but his tongue is still in his way. His tongue is you ain't having an acting career over my dead.
I know this motherfucker is still. I tell you, man, and I'll say it again. He still looks like the inconceivable guy.
Yeah.
Inconceivable.
He does. That's what he's gonna grow up to be. Wallace
Tell me you don't look like this dude right here.
He's totally gonna grow up.
Especially if you hear him talk.
Yeah, he talks just like him. Kid.
He's trying to rap. He's trying to be hard.
I know. And whenever he said motherfuckers, it's no, man, kid, that's going to be you in a few years.
Inconceivable.
No, it ain't. That's your fucking future right there. Shit, that's what you going to look like when you
old. Remake.
Yeah, what's that?
You need to get ready for that Princess Bride.
Princess Bride remake.
Shave his head now.
Hell yeah. And the kids are fun, man. The kids are the ones that actually, they bring the humor, they bring the adventure to it, and it's fun. I mean, they're likable kids. Even with this kid being a little wigger, I thought he was going to get on my nerves. But they were cool, man.
The thing is, I mean, most of his raps are about how I'm a really short kid and the girls don't like me, but I'm better than what they think I am.
Yeah,
bitches.
Yeah, and he is. That's why he tries to get hard at the end. You know, I'm 5. Look at me. I'm 5'3". House.
It is entertaining. That cannot be entertaining.
Yeah, it is, man. You really little wiggers are funny, man. You know
They really are.
In fact,
they don't know no better.
I just want to pat him on the head. Oh, you little wigger. Run along, you little scamp.
Exactly.
But the real stars of the movie, to me, I mean, you wouldn't have the film if it weren't for the old people in here, the creepy old people. And though, I don't have a picture of the other guy, but like the woman, her name is Deanna Dunnigan.
The whole time looking at her, I was like, for an old lady, she's kind of hot.
Yeah, Deanna Dunnigan is her name, in the name of the old guy's Peter McRobbie. And y'all can sit up here and call me a pervert and
we will.
But and please go ahead, because Martin can attest for me. When Grandma was outside naked scratching doors, she had a little bit of an ass on her.
She's got a nice shape to her.
Yeah,
like, when you hit 70, that's how you want your wife to look.
She's like 70 is the new 30 with her, man. She's hot,
got like
man.
a Helen Mirren thing going.
No, let's not go there.
Don't get carried away.
I pulled back. But I was looking at her and I said, you know what? They're playing her age up because she's hot, man. And they even showed her, like, there's a scene where she's walking upstairs and half her dress is going up her ass crack, and it's like, fuck, man, that's kind of nice.
Well, let's not get carried away.
I will not get carried away. Shit, I'm speaking solely for myself right now. But it's I gotta tell you, man, this is like I said, it's not.
Can I tell you one more thing?
No, what's up, sir?
Okay, so like I'm back and forth about like, I really like this, I love this, I didn't like this. It's a found footage movie,
Right.
And even though it has the excuse that the daughter is filming, she's making a film, and even has the boy filming stuff, it did not need to be a found footage movie.
Yeah,
there was no reason for that.
I agree with you on that.
I mean, they could have even kept it in that they're filming stuff, but not make it found footage.
Yeah.
All that did was get in the way.
No, I tell you why he did it, because that motherfucking Jason
Jason Blum.
Jason Blumhouse gonna make he makes found footage just to make it cheap.
He doesn't have to do it though.
That's his deal. Like, you come to him with Gone with the Wind, it's got to be found footage.
Yeah. Well, here's why I whoop my slaves right here.
Slaves holding the camera.
Yeah,
He's gotten to the point now.
Hold that camera, boy.
Man, he's gotten to the point now. Like, the cameras they use are so they look so good.
Man,
especially with this.
These are fucking 8K cameras that they use
Yeah,
right here.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on, dude. You can film this the exact same way you're filming it. Just don't acknowledge that it's found footage.
And they say shit that takes you out of the reality. Like the boy in the movie, so they got 2 cameras. Yeah. That's cool, because there are points where they're running from like the old people and they mix the footage together, and it works. But the kid even tells you before he got the camera, he's like, yeah, this is at the broken bargain bin at the store. It cost about $10. And it's like, a fucking camera that don't look like that shit right there. And that's where you sit up. That's where you get up and you say, fuck you, Jason Blumhouse. I ain't stupid. These cameras right here cost fucking $1,000. But you suck my intelligence. I know movie making. I am a cinephile. But it did not need to be that. The only saving grace of this being a found footage movie, found footage is getting old. And it's getting so old that the setup is very phony. Yeah. Well, I'm here shooting a documentary of my grandparents right now. It's like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is not
Nobody
real.
wants to see that.
Nobody wants to hear this shit. But the cool thing about the found footage here, you ask, what can they do? What can they do new with found footage? And with this, not entirely new, still stale. But this is not really hard. This is more, believe me, I'm not trying to be a cinephile or trying to talk movie student shit. But it is more like a found footage Hitchcock movie. Yeah. It's more of a thriller. And when I found out what was going on, I was like, okay, you know something? I appreciate the story enough to excuse the found footage right now. At least you added something new to that angle right there. Yeah. It's not a perfect film. All of the comedy in here is more awkward than the thriller part or the horror part. The movie is uneven, and even at an hour and 30 minutes, it starts to feel long. But you excuse it because of the same reason you thought you're gonna make fun of it, because of M. Night Shyamalan. because he look at he finally started taking himself seriously. Look at
everybody, if Mojo was a human.
What? Oh, you look like my dog. Where's Mojo at? Hey, bring Mojo here real quick.
Mojo's like, don't put me in there.
Don't put me in this shit. God damn.
No, my baby's more handsome.
Oh, what'd you say?
Come on now.
Wow, let's look at the camera. All right, look. Look. Let's see, Mojo. Look at the camera right here. Look.
He's
look
like,
right
why?
If you gave Mojo a Jerry curl, he'd look like a fucking dog, right?
Mojo looks better.
With the twist, yes. The twist is M. Night Shyamalan has been Mojo the whole time. What a twist!
You just have to dress Mojo up like David Copperfield.
Yeah, there you go.
But you know, the cool thing about it is that this is the one where we finally got M. Night Shyamalan to smile a little bit, brother. Look at, yeah, there you go. Smile a little bit. This is where he's finally.
Yeah, loosening up.
Finally loosen up. Stop taking himself so seriously.
Yeah, that's true.
He definitely needs to do that shit.
Years ago, and this is no bullshit, years ago, he thought he was the fucking genius. You know, he was he actually made movies where, like in Lady in the Water, where he wrote a role for himself in a movie that he wrote and directed, where he was such a great writer that his writing would save the world.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, man. Now, this is the one where we're sitting at a bar next to M. Night Shyamalan. He's like right now saying, well, I was a real asshole back then, wasn't I? Yeah, kind of.
Well, yeah, at the point where you got to go hat in hand to Jason Blum to make one of his $10 million movies.
What you didn't mention is he was sitting at the bar next to Troy Duffy.
The dude that did that other movie, Boondock Saint movie. Yeah. What was your secret, Troy? But yeah, man, this guy, he's finally lighting up. And you could feel the humbleness in the film itself. And for that, I mean, it's an entertaining film. And especially when you get to that third act, not perfect, but when you get to see the twist of the film, and it will get you, then you could say that this is entertaining enough to recommend that people go see it for a matinee. I believe it's short, it's funny, it's something that you know, at certain parts it really does scare. And the biggest thing right here, it can laugh at itself about its own jump scares. Something that I really hate.
Yeah,
it's like it jumps out, and the nervous laughter actually works for this.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I was really torn on what I was going to give it. I mean, I ultimately came down to, because I was like, man, the beginning was all right, but that middle, that second act, I thought it's kind of bullshitty. I was just kind of like, I just want to go to sleep. I thought this was going to do something, and it just seems like it's not. But boy, did it wake me up. And I was like, you know, you don't get a lot of twisted movies much anymore because you're like, yeah, I know it. You know, I got 3 ideas of what's going to happen. And he really did come up with something that made me go, oh, motherfucker, say what? and it was something simple, but it's just like, oh, wow. All that shit in the beginning totally like made this make sense when it came up.
And M. Night Shyamalan was like, got him. Got him. With the twist. But yeah, what'd you give it, man?
I give it a high rental.
Okay, and I figured you'd do that. And you know what? And I listen. I ain't even gonna argue with you on that, man, because I can see that.
I don't think we're far enough off to argue about it. I mean,
well, you know I can, but I won't.
But it's your birthday.
I know. I'm in a good mood today.
But I mean, I'm almost right there with you. You know, it's like the slightest hair separating how we feel about this movie.
Yeah, and you know, I'll just say, don't come to me. I didn't want to hear this shit. Well, I knew it was happening from the very beginning. You lying motherfucker. You did not know. I don't want to hear that shit. I let you have the Sixth Sense. You made the Sixth Sense. You got all these motherfuckers now like, okay, you know, you let them slide on that. Well, I really figured it out halfway through. Bullshit.
Figured that out in the first 10 minutes. Come on.
See if you can figure out what's coming next. What? Ow.
I was about to say.
Not so hard.
Gonna get you.
Let's make it a perfect night.